Ross! Did you go into work on your day off again? Man, you gotta be kidding me! Are the wages at your crummy factory job really that bad? So you gotta keep going in when you should be at home chilling? Sucks to be you! I, on the other hand, am a manager at a world-famous major company, respected and admired by all. I'm so grateful I went to college. Best decision of my life! It's a weird feeling to be so far ahead of my big brother in life, but I guess you get out what you put in, huh? If we're honest, you were basically screwed the moment you decided not to go to college. I mean, who does that these days? Yep, it's factory life for you, now and forever.
Hi, Eric. I see you're being as unpleasant as humanly possible, just like always. You don't mince your words, huh? Things are crazy busy right now because we're going through the busiest period of the year. That's the only reason I came in on my day off. Nothing to do with needing the money. I wanted to help. We may be a small-town factory, but things have been going really well ever since we landed the patent on those new medical devices. Our brand's becoming more well-known by the day. My salary's not exactly shabby.
I see!
Anyway, where do you think the money to put you through college came from in the first place? You think it fell from the sky?
I thought it came from the insurance money from when Mom and Dad died in the car accident. How many times are you gonna ask me the same crap?
Until you understand it, which sadly seems like it could take a while. How many times do I have to tell you the payout from the crash wasn't that big? I tried showing you the insurance documents so it'd finally go into that thick skull of yours. But you didn't even seem interested in looking.
This is why you're poor, big bro. 'Cause you waste all your time doing useless stuff. Looking at a bunch of old documents isn't gonna make me rich. And it's not gonna magically turn you into a college grad.
That's not the point.
You're right. This boring crap ain't why I messaged you in the first place.
Huh? Did you actually want to talk about something?
Alright, so listen to this. You ready to be surprised? Me and Sandra, we're getting married!
Oh, wait, what? That's Sandra? You mean the Sandra from our class at school? The one who people used to say was unobtainable? And out of everyone's league?
Yep, that's her. So you know her then?
Even though you're 10 years younger than me. That's weird. One of my classmates in middle school is related to her. I don't know her myself, though.
I see. Well, if you know her, this should go a lot quicker than I expected. Did you know that her family are the biggest landowners in town? And how it's basically said that they run the place?
I had heard rumors. You know how things get around. I heard that her dad's the head of the family right now. But his health isn't what it used to be, so either Sandra or whoever Sandra marries is set to inherit the position and take over as Don. Is that right?
Bingo! I managed to bag myself the daughter of the most powerful family in town! That's why I'm cutting you out of my life!
Excuse me? I'm confused. How are we getting from A to B here? What?
Think about it! Can you imagine how embarrassing it's gonna be for me to explain to my rich new family that my big brother doesn't even have a college degree?
Embarrassing?
Living in poverty and destitution with you was also a big factor in my decision. I've been desperate to get away from all this, and away from you, for a long time now. That's why, as soon as I landed my job, I moved out and got my own place, alone. I just had to get some distance between us before I cracked up.
Living in poverty and destitution? Come on, Eric, that's not fair. Look, I know the period just after Mom and Dad died was rough, but things got better after that. I did my best to give you everything you needed.
Nope! You're missing the point. I'm talking about way before that. Your life was an epic dud at the point you decided not to go to college. That's where me and you, we parted ways, even if we were still together physically. You know, the people you associate with in life are important. Right, bro? We influence each other. And I can't risk being influenced by a loser like you a second longer. My marriage to Sandra will be the beginning of my glamorous new life of celebrity and luxury. I'll be loved, admired, and adored by all. Signing autographs will be a daily occurrence. I can't wait. You're nothing but an eyesore getting in the way of my bright, promising future. Your very existence is jeopardizing my shot at true happiness.
I see. I did kind of get the feeling you were looking down on me for a while now, but I had no idea you hated me this much. Back when Mom and Dad died when you were 5, I did everything I possibly could to make sure you had everything you wanted. I wanted my little brother to be happy.
I never asked for a foster dad. Especially not one without a college degree. This could have all been avoided if you just accepted Uncle Jim and his wife's offer to take me in. But you had to be stubborn and turn them down so you could play the hero, didn't you? This is all your fault!
Huh? Uncle Jim? Are you still in contact with Uncle Jim?
Why wouldn't I be? He's the only relative I have left. You make a big song and dance of being the one who got me through school and into college, but in reality, it was thanks to Dad's insurance money, wasn't it? And who told me all about that money? Uncle Jim.
Huh? Is that why you believed everything he said and wouldn't even hear out what I had to say? I told you to stop speaking to him, Eric. All he's ever done is fill your head with convenient lies so he could manipulate you in his own ends when you grew up. How could you see what he's doing? That's why I refused his offer of taking you in. It was never about caring about you or wanting what was best for you. He's a greedy man whose only goal in life is lining his own pockets.
You can say whatever you want. Pretty convenient how he's not here to defend himself, isn't it? It ain't gonna work with me, so you may as well stop wasting your breath.
I see. There was one more thing I wanted to discuss with you about where we go from here. But if you won't listen to a word I've got to say, it's probably a waste of time.
Thank God you understand! It's not just me who thinks so. Uncle Jim said that I'd be better off if I ignored 99.999% of what you said to me. 'Cause apparently you're a pathological liar! Now I'm set to marry into major wealth. I have literally zero need for you. So I figure I can finally cut you out of my life for good, like I've been wanting to do for a heckin' long time.
Fine, I get it. Goodbye.
Disappear from my life forever, you poverty-stricken loser!
Hey, Ross, you got a minute?
Good evening, Ginny. How's it going? Is this about what we talked about before?
No, it's about something else this time. Have you heard about your little brother's engagement?
Huh? Oh, that. Sadly, yes, he was bragging about it a few days ago. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. You and Sandra are related, aren't you? I remember hearing that.
Yep, you heard right. We're second cousins. Look, Ross, there's something I think you should know about this engagement.
What is it?
I'm just gonna come straight out with it, no matter how weird it might sound. Your little brother Eric's involved in a plot with your Uncle Jim and his wife.
Huh?
I happened to see Eric drinking with his friends at a local bar. I think he's a regular there. I've seen him a few times before, too, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, it seemed like he was celebrating something, and he got blind drunk. I don't make a habit of eavesdropping on people, but he was so loud I couldn't help it. He said some things. I want to tell you everything, but I'd rather do it in person. Can we schedule a meet sometime? You're free tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah, it's my day off tomorrow. I'll leave the time and place to you.
Alright, thanks, Ross. I'll message you tonight with the details as soon as I've decided on somewhere.
Got it.
Thanks for taking the time to meet today, Ross.
Not at all. I should be the one thanking you. I'm so sorry for all the trouble my brother and uncle have caused you.
You haven't done anything wrong, Ross. You don't need to apologize to me. But as for the matter at hand, It seems like the Three Stooges are preparing to put their little plan into action soon.
Right. I'm gonna stick to my guns and keep my distance from them, just like I declared back then. There's nothing to gain from associating with people like that.
Good idea. And I couldn't agree more. They're toxic through and through. I think it's for the best. That means we're gonna be speeding up that thing we discussed earlier, okay?
Okay, got it. I'll make my preparations for moving ASAP.
Ross! You know something about this, don't you? Answer me!
What do you want, Eric? I'm pretty sure I remember you cutting me out of your life. Why are you messaging me?
I don't give a crap about that! Don't dodge the question, you chump! My fiancé dumped me because of you!
Huh? You mean marriage with Sandra's off the table now?
That's what I said, isn't it? Ah! I know you know something about this! Come out with it now! What did you do?
Well, you knew it was a tradition in her family for daughters to get their whole inheritance when they marry, right? I wonder if her dumping you had something to do with finding out she had your sights on her money.
What?
Or could it be something to do with how you, Uncle Jim and his wife were all conspiring behind their backs? To use her money to prop up Uncle Jim's failing company? He's been in the red for years now. Everyone knows he's been desperate for someone to bail him out for ages. You realized from an early stage that if you could just worm your way into Sandra's family line of succession like the honorless slug you are, you'd have a shot at that money, right?
Wait, how did you?
They all seem pretty likely candidates as to why you're all alone. What do you think?
What do I think? I think you're gonna pay for this, you big idiot! Ah! Anyway, Sandra was gonna be my wife! What the hell does what I was gonna do with her money have to do with anyone else? Nothing! It would have been my property the moment we tied the knot!
And there we have it, your true intentions.
Huh?
Or your true nature, I should say. I can't help but feel some responsibility for what a reprehensible scumbag you turned into. Given I played a pretty major role in bringing you up since you were 5. Where did I go wrong?
Get off your high horse! I don't remember you being my dad! You're just some poverty-stricken loser who never gave me any money!
You have no idea, huh? You still think your college expenses came from some magical never-ending insurance fund, don't you? Well, I've got news for you, boyo.
What? It's the truth, isn't it? That's how I went to college!
You'd have known this if you had any interest in your family. But even while Mom and Dad were still alive, our family never had much money.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but Mom and Dad were employees at Uncle Jim's company. They'd been there close to a decade at the time of the accident. But Uncle Jim, being the stand-up guy he is, used Dad's quiet, conflict-averse personality as an excuse to drop his salary as low as he possibly could, knowing he'd never dare question it. The name on Dad's insurance policy wasn't mine or yours, but Uncle Jim's. What little savings Mom and Dad did have were blown on a huge, unnecessarily extravagant funeral by Uncle Jim. So he could point and say, "Look what I did," while bragging to everyone about what a great send-off had given them. That flashy funeral wasn't just paid for by Mom and Dad's savings either. He also borrowed from some of his friends and refused to pay them back afterwards, leaving them penniless. What the hell? Uncle Jim did all that stuff? If I was older and knew more about the world back then, I would have done whatever I could to stop him. But I was a middle school kid who just lost his parents in a horrific accident. I could barely even process what was going on, so I was in no position to do anything about him. He took everything. Insurance money, Mom and Dad's savings, and even stole from his friends.
Uncle Jim did that?
That's not even the last of it. After that, I caught wind of his plan to take custody of me and you so he could exploit us as free labor at his company one day when we were old enough to start working. Knowing what he was like, I was sure that was his aim. And I was willing to stop at nothing to prevent him getting his way. He'd taken everything by this point. There's no way I was going to let him turn us into slaves. But then you grew up, went out into the world. Developed ideas and desires of your own, and, well, you did what you did. I was never going to be able to control you forever. And that's where we are now.
How could this be? No. No. This can't be happening.
This isn't the first time you've done something like this. The signs have always been there. Should have known back then when you looked down on me and wouldn't listen to a word I said, even back then. And you know what? There was a part of me that had my suspicions. But I didn't accept my own little brother thought so little of me. I mean, who would? Wish I'd noticed sooner. But I deluded myself with a comforting lie.
Ross!
But you're an adult now. It's time for you to decide on your own what kind of life you want to live. For you to make your own mistakes and to suffer the consequences of them too.
What? On my own?
I won't be there to get you out of trouble anymore, Eric.
Ross! No! Please! Ross! I got fired! Or rather, they're letting me jump on my own before they push me! I just found out that my company and Sandra's dad's company are just about to enter business negotiations to become long-term trading partners! My boss said it would be bad for the company to have someone like me around at such an important time! He basically said if I didn't resign, they'd fire me! I had no choice! I thought you'd come and help me, so I gave all the higher-ups a good verbal dressing down! I really gave him one form, then slammed my resignation papers down on the desk! But, Ross, where did you go? When I asked Mavis, the next-door neighbor, she said she saw you packing your things into a moving van over a week ago! She said you also resigned from the factory in town a few months ago! Like, what the hell? Is it true? You never told me that! Ross, please, I'm begging you! Where did you go? Please respond! Help me! My situation is desperate! I'll do anything! Ross!
After everything that had happened, I decided it would be best for me and my little brother Eric to live apart and lead separate lives. By the way, while all of this had been going on, Ginny invited me to work at the company she and her friends from college had launched together. And with that, I switched jobs and became the head of their Seattle branch, where I played a major supporting role for Ginny. I'm super grateful for her. And honestly, she couldn't have invited me at a better time. I get reports on my brother from my old friends who still live in town from time to time. Apparently, things aren't going so well for him anymore. Last I heard, he was left with no choice but to move in with his Uncle Jim, whose true nature he was now fully aware of, and his wife in their cramped one-bedroom apartment. But Uncle Jim, being Uncle Jim, he was up to his ears in debt after his company finally went bankrupt of years of teetering on the edge. As anyone could have predicted, my little brother Eric was forced to clean up the mess by taking on the debt repayments. How does he come up with the money, you ask? By working 4 jobs, wow! Not only that, but he also owes Sandra a hefty sum in compensation for the attempted inheritance fraud they tried to pull. So he's engaged in the struggle of his life with no light at the end of the tunnel. Do I feel sorry for him? Not one bit. Actions have consequences. It's time for him to face them like a man. This is the life he chose. As for me, my efforts to forge out a new life for myself are well underway. And I plan to apply forethought and moderation in all things. I'll never be an Eric. And you shouldn't either.
Sam, can you pick up some milk on your way home? You couldn't have told me that earlier. I already passed the supermarket.
Sorry. Could you please turn back?
Why don't you just get it yourself? You literally work at the supermarket.
But we need it now.
Fine, I'll go. This is going to add at least 10 minutes to my commute home.
Thank you so much, honey. I thought we had more than half a carton left this morning. But I guess we drank more than I thought.
You're getting old.
You're the same too. You've been losing things a lot lately. You couldn't find your nail clipper or your favorite tie.
You're right. I guess I'm going senile already.
It's not really something to laugh about.
We had to go out and replace those things. Maybe Rochelle drank all the milk. I doubt it. She knows she needs to ask for permission first. I don't really want her to drink much or have too much dairy. Milk is fine. It's good for her body. That's not why. She peed the bed again last night. I thought that would stop after she turned 4. She's just a little kid. It happens to children her age. I hope she grows out of it. She's also been saying some weird things. Like what? She said she saw a lady with long hair when she went to the bathroom at night. Seriously? Like a ghost or something? That's super scary. I took her to my parents' house during that weekend in May, right? The same weekend when you were on your trip. After that weekend, she started to say stuff like that. Really? Maybe she watched a scary movie at your parents' house. That might be it. My dad does like movies like that. I told him not to let Rochelle watch, but maybe he did it against my wishes. Well, children have wild imaginations, so maybe it manifested in her dreams. I was the same as a child. I'm going to talk to my dad about it. No, just leave it. He didn't mean any harm by making her watch stuff like that. It's just so annoying to have to wash the bedsheets that often. You should help with the laundry when you're home. But I'm already helping with buying the milk. That's nothing! I also bought ice cream. Did you not read? I don't want Rochelle to eat that much dairy. Not to mention the sugar. Once in a while is fine. You're always spoiling her. She never listens to me now. You should be more strict in your parenting. Don't get your panties in a twist over ice cream, babe. You're going to get more wrinkles that way. It'll be all your fault. Enough with this back and forth. I bought your favorite ice cream. Thanks, but that's not really going to solve the problem I'm talking about. I'll let it go this once. We'll eat it after dinner. Or else it will spoil her dinner. Okay. You say that, but I know you're going to eat it as soon as you get home. You read my mind. It's hot out, babe. Don't babe me. Act like a father should. Okay. Hey, honey. Are you on your break now? Yeah, I am. I just finished stocking the shelves. Going to eat lunch now. What's up? It's nothing, really. Just wondering how Rochelle is doing lately. All of a sudden? You almost never ask about her. Plus, it's pretty rare that you would contact me during your trip. Well, what we talked about a few weeks ago has been on my mind. Huh? Oh, the talk about ghosts? Yes, that. Has Rochelle said anything after? Yes, she has. Really? What did she say? She hasn't seen any more ghosts, but now she's talking about hearing noises. Noises? What kind? I don't really know. But she said she's hearing noises from the ceiling. Are you sure it's actually noises in real life? Or is she just dreaming all of it? Maybe it's coming from the attic. What do you mean, maybe? Maybe rats? Maybe I should call an extermination company. Don't do that. I'll take a look when I'm back. Why not? I thought you hated all rats and rodents. You freaked out when you saw hamsters at the pet shop. I did not freak out. Calling those companies is expensive and you have to pay even if there's nothing up there. Oh, just when I thought you were manning up, you're just being stingy. Anyway, don't do anything. Wait until I get back. Got it. Take Rochelle somewhere to get her mind off of things. Maybe she has pent-up energy and it's seeping into her dreams. I don't know. I work 5 days a week. I want to stay home on my days off. Oh, we bought that pool last year. Pool? Yeah, the kiddie pool. Right, I remember buying that. I can fill it up in the yard. But it's been quite chilly this June. Won't you catch a cold? It'll be fine. It's been getting warmer lately. Did we put the pool in the attic? It'll be dangerous to take something that big out of the attic by yourself. There's no air in it, so it'll be small. It'll still be dangerous. The stairs to the attic are really narrow. What will you do if you fall? Oh, wow! You're actually worried about me? But I was the one that put it up there last year. Huh? Really? I don't remember that. Yeah, really. You fell asleep with Rochelle after playing with her all afternoon. That's why I'm telling you I can get it down myself. Taking it up and taking it down are two different things. Is that so? I don't really think it's that different. You don't need it right away. I'll get it when I'm back. But if she has the pool, I can finally do some reading. You need to keep an eye on her when she's in the pool, too. She might drown, you know. Yeah, that's true. Although it's a kiddie pool, and I'd be sitting a foot away from her. Just take her to a big park. Have a nice stroll when the weather is nice. Isn't that better? But it's starting to get really hot. We also bought that tent before spring. Remember? That's right! He wanted to take her camping. Rochelle was so happy when we got that. Even if it's hot, there's wind and you can use the tent for shade. True. Where did we put it again? The attic? No, stupid. It's in the garage. Don't call me stupid. I just couldn't remember where we put it, that's all. I saw it in there when I went to get my golf clubs. You really have been more forgetful these days. Sorry. I'll take Rochelle to the park on my day off. Good. Go have fun. You're acting weird. How? You've always left the planning of holidays and such up to me. You act like a father in front of Rochelle, but you're hands off about everything else. I don't do that. I'm a father 24/7. You do! Now you're trying to dictate what we do and where we go. Well, I do feel bad that I'm away all the time. I do wish that you were home more often. I think Rochelle also misses you a lot. She always asks when you're going to be home. That could also be a reason for her strange dreams. I guess. I'll do my best to try and wrap up things on my trip. Please do. I'm on the registers this afternoon. Wish me luck. Sam, are you still awake? I am. Thank goodness. Rochelle is sleeping with me right now. I heard a noise coming from the attic. It's just your imagination. Is the wind strong tonight? That's probably all it is. No, it's definitely coming from upstairs. I heard groaning. It's probably just Rochelle groaning in her sleep. I said it was coming from upstairs! Stop messing around. I'm being serious here. God, I swear. Are you even fully awake? I've had it. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to the attic. Don't. Why not? Why? What if some animal got in there? It'll be dangerous. Should I call the police then? Don't be stupid. You're going to wake up the whole neighborhood if you do that. Then what should I do? I heard it again. It sounded like a woman's voice. I'm telling you, it's just the wind. What if it's the ghost that Rochelle saw? I'm so scared. There's no way that it's a ghost. Go back to sleep. It's just those things that go bump in the night. I promise I'll take a look in the attic when I'm back. You're the one that's acting weird. What? How am I acting weird? I'm just concerned about you two. You're hiding something. What are you talking about? I'm not hiding anything from you. But you're acting so strange. Something is off. I have no idea what you're talking about. What is off? You've been stopping me from going up to the attic ever since last week. I told you, I'm just worried that you'll get hurt. You always try to do things by yourself. Yeah, I'm going up to the attic now. What? Why? How many times do I have to tell you that it's dangerous? It'll be okay. I'll take a weapon with me. What weapon? Don't take a knife. I wouldn't. I have a broomstick. It'll be useful. Maybe not against a ghost, though. We also have a flashlight in the bedside drawer. I still think you shouldn't go. Rochelle will be scared if you leave her alone. She'll be fine. We went to the park today, so she's knocked out cold. I'll be back. I'll let you know what I find out. Wait! Don't go up there! Please! I'm begging you! Sam? Who the hell is that woman? Who is who? Who? What? What are you talking about, honey? That woman! The woman sleeping on the mattress in our attic! What do you mean? Woman? You really don't know. If you don't know her, then I'll call the cops right now. Wait. Okay, I'll tell you. Is she the reason you didn't want me to go up there? What's going on? She's the one that Rochelle saw in the bathroom, isn't she? I said I'll tell you. Calm down. She's... Hurry up and spit it out. I'm sorry. She's my girlfriend. Girlfriend? Wait, that woman. Her stomach is protruding. Is she pregnant? After graduating high school, she had nowhere to go. She got some sketchy jobs. Wait a minute. I don't want to know, but... How old is she? She's 20. I'm not a pedophile. What the hell are you saying? You put your hands on a girl that young and then you set her up in our attic? What the hell were you thinking? I met her on one of my business trips. We got drunk one night. I heard she got pregnant. I had to do something about it. She couldn't get a job and she was kicked out of her home. So that's when you decided to put her in the attic of your own home? Since when? How long have you been hiding her? Since the weekend in May when you went to your parents' house. I lied about having a business trip. I was really getting her set up in the attic. OMG. I've been living with a stranger in my attic for over a month. That's legit horror movie level stuff. I thought that things were disappearing lately. I never would have thought that this was the reason. It's all my fault. Blame me. I told her that she could do whatever she wanted when no one is home. I was also surprised when I heard that Rochelle saw her. I called the ambulance. What? Why? Don't want me! I don't like her, but she seems to be in pain. That's why she was making noises. If you call the ambulance, everyone in our neighborhood will know. I don't care. By the way, I'm taking Rochelle with me to my parents' house tomorrow. Wait. I said wait. We'll talk things out when I come back. I have nothing to say to you. I don't believe this. You're a piece of human garbage. We do have things to talk about. It's really not what you think it is. Then say it. Like you said, I always do things by myself. Of course I do. You don't do anything for us. You're so unreliable and irresponsible. You leave everything to me. I'm so sick of it. I'll change. I promise I'll be more responsible. Oh, really? Do that for your next child. That woman will be giving birth any time now. Please, Carrie, don't leave. I take it back. I've got some words for you. You have so much audacity. Putting two women under one roof. Making your wife work while you hole your mistress up in the attic. You're so arrogant to think you could pull that off forever. What was your end game? I don't know what came over me. Acted without thinking ahead. You two were made for each other. You just take, and ruin the lives of everyone around you. You better believe this is the end of us. Divorce and losing custody of Rochelle should be obvious. You better not run away either. You're going to be paying child support for a long time, dirtbag. Hey! You haven't sent this month's child support. Sorry. Could you wait a little longer? What? There you go, shrinking from your responsibilities again. No, that's not it. I'm paying for double living expenses here. Double living expenses? Aren't you living together with that woman? Yeah, I am. But she's really not good with money. I warned her about it, but she left with her child and a younger man. Oh, that's funny. And it also has nothing to do with me. I'm really in a tight spot. She forced me into all this and made me pay for everything. Maybe she was seeing that younger man already. No way. Either way, I don't care. You were stupid to have put your hands on her in the first place. What should I do? Are you seriously asking me? Figure it out yourself. I don't have anything to do with it. Just keep paying my child support and my alimony. Carrie, I've really been thinking lately. Let's start over. Don't even joke about that. I'd rather drink out of the toilet than be with you again. I'm not joking. I'm serious. Please, let's live together again. The three of us. Look who's talking. You put Rochelle through so much. There's no way I'm letting you near her ever again. Hurry up and pay child support. I can't right now. I've already used up all my savings to pay for your alimony. You still have a house, don't you? Huh? If you sell the house with that wonderful attic, you should get a bit from it. If I sell the house, then where am I supposed to live? If you can't figure it out, do you want me to help you? Yes! I can't live alone anymore. I miss Rochelle and you. I can't live without you, Carrie. Okay. Really? Do you really think I would go back to the way things were? You're so stupid! If you don't want to live alone, why don't you ask your friends? Ask them if they will let you live in their attic. After that conversation, Sam sold the house and rented an apartment instead. He's been paying child support on time. He finally learned some responsibility after going through all that. Even now, I have no intention of getting back together or letting him see Rochelle. I moved back into my parents' house and got another job at a supermarket. Sometimes the manager of the supermarket takes Rochelle and I out to dinner. That manager treats Rochelle so well, but also knows when to be firm with her. We aren't officially going out yet, but Rochelle gets along with him, so I think it's only a matter of time. If, and it's a big if I do get married again, I'm going to move into a house that doesn't have an attic.